As of late, China has been the center of attention on the world stage. From strict COVID policies, uh, instituting lockdowns around the country, to bold and sweeping statements regarding the sovereignty of Taiwan, the Chinese have been largely notable in recent global events. Through all of this, however, the United States has tried to maintain a strong trade relationship with the country, regardless of agreements in morals or politics. The reason for this being the immense value of the trade relationship between the two countries. According to Foreign Policy of the United States by Ernest Simone, U.S. China economic ties have expanded substantially over the past 3 decades. Total U.S. trade, total U.S. China trade has risen from 5 billion in 1980 to 409 billion in 2008. In 2008, China was the second largest U.S. trading partner, its third largest export market, and its biggest source of imports. This huge influence that our trade partnership with China has influenced many facets of our lives as Westerners, as many companies strive to create products marketable in the United States and over in China. This relationship has become strained, however, due to numerous flashpoints throughout the world, such as the sweeping tariffs that President Trump leveled at China in 2018 and the disagreements on ownership of the South China Sea region of the world. Uh, and this leads us to a central foreign policy sticking point of many U.S. presidents as they're unsure on how to handle the complex bilateral situation. China holds a large trading chip against the United States as it holds a massive amount of U.S. debt in the form of Treasury securities. This affects the United States by creating hesitance from firms to create products that would not be popular in the Chinese market, and China and the United States, respectively, do not hold the same core principles on sexual preferences as well. In 2016, President Obama passed a federal law legalizing gay marriage in the United States. Since then, visibility and consideration of members of the LGBT community has grown and become much more accepted here in the US. This has led to much more representation of the community in pop culture, and in many cases, the sexuality of the character may lead to major plot beats within their respective stories. According to Chung To, a gay man from the episode LGBT by On China, that's why coming out to the family and, the closet and getting the pressure of getting married is a lot stronger here. And this is due to the one child rule in China. This one child rule only allows families to have one child, and this increases the pressure for that one child to be a straight male, which would go ahead and increase the odds of that family's legacy and name being carried on to the next generation. Other problems with the relationship is dumbing down of the content made in America for the Chinese market. And many of these issues relate back to LGBTQ rights or censorship or racial insensitivity in censorship, such as a poster for Black Panther. Mr. Chadwick Boseman's face is covered, and over here in America, the marketing material is a lot more accepting of the African roots of the movie or the film. And another issue with the relationship is the skyrocketing pollution that is developing over in China. Due to the rapid industrialization of China, many pollutants are being excreted indiscriminately, and they are not being as regulated as more developed countries such as the United States. As Kelly Sims Gallagher states, in China shifts gears, automakers, oil pollution, and development. Traditionally, oil was mainly used in industrial boilers. Partly because of the rising popularity of automobiles, total oil consumption and oil imports grew rapidly during the 1990s. By 2000, total Chinese automobile consumption equaled total oil imports at about 1.2 million per barrel. The refusal to adhere to global standards of monitoring pollution produced by fossil fuels may be viewed as a statement of intent from the tirelessly advancing Chinese Communist Party. The point of this being, China is willing to step on some toes in order to tirelessly advance to catch up to superpowers around the world. Many of these issues are incredibly negative, and and we must break free of them in order to help increase the lives or the increase the life quality of many people. By freeing ourselves of leverage they possess on our ability to speak out against the infractions against the environment and against equality efforts, which are important in the West. Another potential solution to some of these issues in our trade relationship with China would be to incentivize their entry into the World Trade Organization, whose standards being implemented would be a boon to the environment and questionable working conditions in which China is notorious. A final solution to these issues could be helped to solidify the future of Taiwan. Uh, there are rising tensions around the region, and United States have openly uh, stated that they would back up Taiwan in a conflict between the two powers. And so, by helping to settle down that issue, we may be more confident in our strong relationship with the country. Uh, and due to the uh, fundamental uh, values of American culture and Chinese culture, to some degree, the two will always be at odds. But however, they may come together to coexist with a strong, healthy trade relationship. Uh, we must learn how to manage the dichotomy between allowing moral leeway in which concepts that we do not agree, and allowing the economic relationship that we've maintained with the country since the 1980s to prosper and become very strong and support both countries in their rise to help their citizens grow with more help their families become richer and more safe and secure. And thank you for listening, and that's it.